my hair tells a story about my life.
And your life is Livin with the Kinks, where you can twist it, press it, wrap it, scalp it, lock it, rock it, brush it, rake it, shake it, or fake it. In Africa, before the American slave trade, hairstyles were often used as a means of communication, signaling a religious ritual or attracting someone of the opposite sex. On the plantation in America, female field slaves used head wraps to cover their hair, while many house slaves were allowed to style their hair in the likeness of their slave master's wife. After slavery, life for many blacks meant a continued obsession with straightening the hair. Madam C.J. Walker, her shampoo press and curl became the foundation of the black beautician industry, but not endorsed by all. Marcus Garvey, leader of the United Negro Improvement Association.
Don't remove the kinks from your ear, remove them from your brain.
It's those kinks in your mind, your perception about who you are, your perception about life, about being an African American. That's what's going to take you astray.
Ah, remember those Sunday mornings?
Well, Doris, do you have your clothes ready for church?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you plan on wearing?
I'm wearing a sundress.
Well,
out, Mama.
Don't move now. Keep still. I'm about to put this on here, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, Mommy, burn.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't move. Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
For the very first time in the late 1960s, a hairstyle was worn by both men and women, conveying a powerful political and cultural statement.
Back in the day, when I wore the afro, I felt really good about myself.
It was a statement. I'm black and I'm proud. I'm proud to be who I am. Look at where we are. We're free to be able to be this. We embrace who we are.
Martin Luther King was alive. Malcolm X was alive.
Gladys Knight, Diana Ross, all of the ladies back then, they wore the bigger afros.
Melva Tolliver, fired by an ABC affiliate for wearing the big afro while covering Tricia Nixon's wedding in 1971.
My grandfather, he was a taxi cab driver, and sometimes he would drive me to work. So one morning I go rushing out, getting into the taxi, and he looked at me and he said, "We struggle so hard to move forward, and you're going backwards."
That so-called hard-to-manage kinky hair now has found a friend in a chemical process that can turn those kinks into a soft and easy-to-comb texture.
I decided to wear the Jerry curl because number one, of the trend, the style, and number two, I didn't have to roll my hair or sleep on rollers at night.
The curl activator that had to be put on the hair, and then you had the moisturizer. It was very messy. Your pillowcases were always wet, had stains on them. Your shoulders were always wet, even during the day, because you know you had to use your little moisturizer to keep your hair moist.
For a long time, I was stuck on the idea natural black hair was bad hair. So I saw the Jerry curl as the answer to finally having this soft, curly hair that society portrayed as good hair. What were we thinking about? We had lost our minds. I wore one at that particular time, and you had to have a plastic bag on your head. You had to put something on your pillowcase to protect it. Every time you shook your head, juice was flying everywhere. I think that we sort of got caught up in that transition of finding out who we really were.
Its origin can be traced back to the 15th century Ethiopians, even though it is the only black hairstyle that has remained steadfast throughout time. It was not always accepted by the so-called status quo.
When I was growing up in Jamaica, The perception about having locks was very negative.
Oftentimes by society, they're seen as rebels, they're seen as unclean, they're seen as not matter of fact, they're not ready to fit into the corporate world, that they really have ill intent.
My father had a problem with it. He thought maybe I was trying to be African.
I actually started my dreadlocks about back in the 80s. And then because of different things that I was going through with my family, being resistant towards it, I cut my hair. Then I started to regrow my hair back in about '94. And ever since then, I kept my locks.
I didn't have a good perception about people with locks because that was just how it was then. Like, people just didn't see people with locks as progressive people. They just associate that with negativity, that, you know, once you have locks, you're not going anywhere in life.
I have 3 children, and all of them wear locks to this day. So yes, I will definitely incorporate it and teach them the beauty in it.
Black women love it, declared Essence magazine in 1990. A 2011 Huffington Post survey showed 86% of black women proudly wore them. They have dominated black women hairstyles. More importantly, it has gotten rid of the kinks.
I first started to wear extensions 20 years ago when I was in high school. The first time I got it was when I was a senior in high school for prom because, you know, girls get special things on special occasions.
I think that most of us believe that if we can have the long hair, then we're more likely to be looked at as a European style person. We'll be more accepted, people will like us, we'll fit in the workplace, we'll be able to get in the film, get in the TV.
Some women wear weave because they work out a lot or they want to grow their hair out natural. You have some people who want to grow their hair out natural and they don't want to just shave all their relaxer out, so they'll get a weave.
I like wearing my weave sometimes. I like my hair. I like being versatile. That's the kind of person I am.
I decided to go into extensions because I felt it gave me a more professional look.
Our thing of beauty has to be as close to Caucasian as we can. Their self-worth is based on their image, and the straighter the hair, the more beautiful it seems.
People who say that people should not wear extensions, first of all, they're what I like to call haters.
I feel like extensions should be a freedom choice.
When people talk about you should only wear your natural hair, I think that's like a kind of older and maybe dated mentality.
White America has always been the author and the finisher of who we are and how we should look.
If I'm not passing the hat asking for collections, you shouldn't worry about it. It's my money, my time, my hair.
God gave me the freedom to express myself in whatever way I see fit.
The weaves are going to be in for quite some time.
Akia thinks her natural hair looks better than Shannon's hair, and Shannon thinks her weave style looks better than Akia's natural. Will these women go to war on the streets of Decatur over the hair, or will cooler heads prevail?
Fight over the hair in progress. 1800 block of Church Street in Decatur. All units respond.
Small in numbers, but big in confidence, preferring the look given to them by their creator.
If I had it my way, it'd be natural for all sisters, like everybody, natural, natural, natural.
Spring of 07, I decided, you know what, we're just gonna let it all go.
I believe I had a lot of difficulty with my hairstyle initially in the workforce.
The original seed that was planted for me to begin to wear my hair naturally came way back in the 60s, early 70s.
And since I've stopped perming my hair and allowing it to just stay in its natural status, then I've noticed that I've had a lot more growth in my hair.
And you see a lot of people with the kinky hair and we're thinking, oh my God, I'm not sure if I want to do that.
The word kinky makes it sound bad, but kinky, coily, it's music to my ears now because that's my hair.
Yes, I had one friend to tell me that they wouldn't be seen in public with me if I decided to cut my hair.
Being able to wear your hair natural means that you must be pretty confident about yourself.
If someone came into the salon and they wanted a natural look, generally they were someone who had some type of awareness of themselves, their history.
It says to other people, here I am, accept me the way I am.
And listen to what the brothers are saying about their sisters who are living with the kinks.
Usually if it's like weave, long weave.
Down to the waist and the 9 different colors.
Gold and blonde and all red and pink.
If it's done correctly and, she can rock it.
And the orange and the blue.
Wearing hair to resemble white women.
But I do like a woman that wears weave.
Bad weave, then I'd have a problem with that.
I like the Rapunzel look. I like the long weave.
You think you're rubbing her hair and your hand get caught and tangled. And
ran my fingers through it and I was just playing with her hair and something came out.
Black women don't let you touch the hair anyway.
As long as it's done in good taste, I'm okay with it.
I like a woman blonde, a little red, a little burgundy.
Kudos to anybody who wears their own hair and feels comfortable with the skin that they're in.
They should be happy with what they have and wear it.
I'm all for the natural hair thing, and if I can put it on my back and wear it as a banner.
I never really went for women with long hair. I always liked short hair.
If you see dreadlocks or natural hairstyle, I assume a natural lifestyle.
If a woman has dreads, a lot of times they believe that she's just a pothead.
Oh, I love locks. My wife has locks.
You're not trying to create somebody else. You're just being you.
And it's how God intended it, and that's what I like about it.
Living with the kinks, coarse, bold, and sometimes provocative. It sets trends, reflects convictions, displays attitudes, and often has a spiritual connection. The black woman's hair.
Your hair to me is like a antenna to your spirituality. It curls, it spirals, so that's like an antenna for you to receive, messages from spirit. So I do believe that your hair is connected to your spirituality.
To say that I received cosmic information from the universe through my hair, I can't exactly say that, but I did go through a spiritual evolution of just accepting myself in the way that God made me.